How beautiful to find a heart that loves you without asking you for anything, but to be okay. You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts. God said, "Love your enemy," and I obeyed him, and loved myself. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. The earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the winds long to play with your hair. Beauty is not in the face. Beauty is a light in the heart. Tenderness and kindness are not signs of weakness and despair, but manifestations of strength and resolution. Between what is said and not meant, and what is meant and not said, most of love is lost. We are all like the bright moon. We still have our darker side. Love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. To belittle, you have to be little. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. Beauty is eternity gazing at itself in a mirror. But you are eternity, and you are the mirror. We are limited, not by our abilities, but by our vision. Music is the language of the spirit. It opens the secret of life, bringing peace, abolishing strife. Keep your heart in wonder at the daily miracles of your life. Trust in dreams, for in them is the hidden gate to eternity. Love is the only flower that grows and blossoms without the aid of the seasons. The real test of good manners is to be able to put up with bad manners pleasantly. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Sadness is but a wall between two gardens. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but at what he aspires to. I do not want you to hear that I love you, but I want you to feel it without me having to say. Our worst fault is our preoccupation with the faults of others. How distant I am from people when I am with them, and how close when they are far away. We choose our joys and sorrows long before we experience them. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours. And if they don't, they never were. When you reach the end of what you should know, you will be at the beginning of what you should sense. If I accept the sunshine and warmth, then I must also accept the thunder and lightning. Friendship is always a sweet responsibility, never an opportunity. You may forget with whom you laughed, but you will never forget with whom you wept. A little knowledge that acts is worth infinitely more than much knowledge that is idle. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. If you reveal your secrets to the wind, you should not blame the wind for revealing them to the trees. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. The optimist sees the rose, and not its thorns. The pessimist stares at the thorns, oblivious to the rose. Doubt is a pain too lonely to know that faith is his twin brother. Love is trembling happiness. Yesterday is but today's memory, and tomorrow is today's dream. Safeguarding the rights of others is the most noble and beautiful end of a human being. Tortoises can tell you more about the road than hares. When I planted my pain in the field of patience, it bore fruit of happiness. Generosity is giving more than you can, and pride is taking less than you need. A man's true wealth is the good he does in the world. In every winter's heart, there is a quivering spring, and behind the veil of each night, there is a shining dawn. The best of man is he who blushes when you praise him, and remains silent when you defame him. The obvious is that which is never seen, until someone expresses it simply. Work is love made visible. Forgetfulness is a form of freedom. Trees are poems that the earth writes upon the sky. If you cannot work with love, but only with distaste, it is better that you should leave your work. We are all prisoners, but some of us are in cells with windows, and some without. A thief is a man in need. A liar is a man in fear. Thank you for watching, and for supporting us.